Okay.
I like how Shin'shra Khan's got the X's on his eyes.
Does
Thank
he?
you. I did that.
I think we were just graffitiing his dead body at this point.
Does he have?
Yeah.
Does he
He
have?
did.
Does he have X's on his eyes? I don't see X's on his eyes. I just see his eyes.
Oh, I see X's on his eyes.
Huh? That's weird.
I drew X's.
There's also a
That
smiley.
I
there's a
see the
smiley
yellow
face
smiley
over
face, and I
there.
say, "I am new.
I
I
am
am dead.
dead.
New. I am dead." I see
We'll
that.
draw. We'll draw totally innocuous eyes. There we go. Dang it, Lloyd! Why are you in my art?
All right, welcome
I
back,
mean,
everybody. We're gonna do the little intro thingy
There we
here.
go. Those are
So,
totally googly eyes.
all right, in our last adventure, the Rod Squad finally took down the major threat that was Shin'shra Khan. In large part thanks to Lloyd's stunning capabilities, which I will not go on a rant about at all. Even though he's a freaking, like, 50-foot tall, like, titan, but no, I'm going to be stunned now. But I digress. He did very well and managed to take down, at the aid of his allies, the immensity that was Shin'shra Khan. Shin'shra Khan then exploded into a giant ball of lightning and thunder, which knocked Sturge down to the ground, KOing him in an instant. Rain and McQuihas quickly were able to come to Sturge's aid, bring him back up to consciousness, even though he was hanging on by a thread. He has no more healing surges left and is having difficulty being revived at this point. Meanwhile, within the small crater left over by Shin'shra's body, a small, well, I shouldn't say small, rather, a very large, like, streak of metal, a javelin of intricate design woven of the elemental form of, or the solid form of lightning gathered from the elemental chaos, mixed with some sort of platinum to forge this weapon. The party then, like, looked over this strange new artifice, and as Lloyd grasped it in his hands, it slowly shrank down to a more manageable size, almost as if it fits itself to the proportions of its wielder, becoming a 6-foot-long javelin made of this unique, super lightweight material. Upon closer inspection, you noticed a sort of maker's mark was engraved onto the surface of this weapon. Something that a few of you had seen before with your own eyes. Beni had seen it in textbooks. It was discovered that this is the mark of an ancient demon artificer known as Kafkrozit. Not much is known about this ancient demon other than his prowess in the arcane arts of enchantment and weapon creation are, like, unparalleled. Many, like, ancient demons have been cited with going to him for their own creations and whatnot. And the only thing you do know about him, based on the knowledge Beni had, is yeah, is that he is
Give me more.
very much within the sphere of influence of Dagon, and perhaps is just a direct servant of Dagon, and that is about as much as you know about him. During this time of investigating the weapon, a number of the Blue Cloak soldiers went out and about into the fields surrounding the city of Title to gather what bodies they could find and bring back into the city for proper burial. But as the corpses began to roll in, not just one or two, but cartloads and cartloads of just bodies were being wagoned back in over the next few, perhaps 30 minutes or so, as it looks like the storm giants, Shin'shra Khan and the storm giants, had somehow gotten wind of this exodus and cut them off somewhere, just annihilating just defenseless civilians where they stood. And just eyeballing it, the amount of people that are coming back number well within the thousands at this point. And there's nobody has given a exact head count. All this is thought right now is that perhaps somewhere between 70 to 80% of the entire populace of Title was just eradicated, or at least those that exited the city. As for what is now happening within the city walls, as you know, the skirmish that happened along the coast, many of the aquatic sort of demons, those strange, like acidic demons that seem to burrow underground, did make their way past the initial defenses of the city and into the city proper, where there's residential districts and shopping areas and markets. And although mostly vacated at this point, there were quite a few of these demons that did make their way past. And as some of the soldiers are trying to help out with clearing the field outside, more and more of them are being called back into by their superiors, by the Pillarchs, by the Griffinot Knights, and saying, it's like, we're not done yet. We need to get back in the city and clean up the rest of these things. And that is where we currently now leave off. So I will now open the floor up to you all. The Titan Shin'shra Khan is down. His remaining entourage of storm giants seemingly fled for the time being. To what ends, you're not sure. What would you all like to do? I guess I kind of want to start with maybe Sturge, because his request seems... Well, I'll go... Well, no, I'll just leave it open to anybody. So...
Request seems awesome. Is that what you're gonna say?
I was gonna say simple enough.
Oh, okay.
From based on what we talked on off camera.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. So, what are you guys doing? What is the Rod Squad doing?
Well,
Jaez
you know
is
what I'm
likely
doing.
gonna. Yeah,
What
I
was
was gonna
Sturge
say.
doing?
How about Lloyd started talking first. So okay, Lloyd, what is Lloyd doing?
He going to find his wife.
Okay. So what are you doing specifically? Right now you're holding Dominance, the name of the javelin you've just taken off of the remains of Shin'shra Khan. You're holding Dominance and you're in this enlarged form. Playing around with the weapon for a bit, you realized that it had this power to grow you into this larger form with increased strength and ferocity. So with that, how are you going about trying to find Vega?
Well, he's gonna figure out how to get smaller along the way, but he's basically just gonna give a quick memo that he's gonna go look for his wife for obvious reasons, and he's gonna take off running as fast as his currently giant body will take him.
In which direction?
A direction. Call it.
Well, I'll make it
Close to
simple. Into the city or out of the city?
Into the city.
Into the city. Okay. All right. So Lloyd takes off into the city, looking for his wife and trying to find any possible indication. You've done this once before already. However, it's now that a number of people have been cleared out, it might be easier. You're not sure. For the time being, I would like you to... Well, first question, are you being stealthy about this or not?
Yes.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
Let's fucking go. And mask is going on, so advantage.
Okay.
There's number 1, which is pretty good. And
Yeah, that is
there's
pretty good.
number 2, which is also pretty good.
Okay. Okay. All All right, so you being stealthy makes it take a little bit longer than it normally would, as you do have to kind of watch your step and try not to be seen. As you're sneaking about on the insides of the city, trying to avoid combat, where you'd find it in any of these like kind of remaining leftover demons. Roll a streetwise check. Well, I guess I'll give you the option. There's this straight up perception, just searching, but with your own eyes and your own ears, or there is streetwise, which would involve talking with people you see, which at this point are mostly just the blue cloaks, the soldiers. So, which way are you going about it?
Well, I have 2 more points in Streetwise because I've got a little bit of riz on me.
All right. Okay, go ahead and roll
So,
a streetwise check then.
coolio.
So, you'll basically be breaking stealth to ask people questions every now and then.
Yeah.
I'll just keep your stealth check as it is. So for like going in between these minute conversations. Okay. So you go up to one of the blue cloaks that you see. You see two of them standing on a corner. Their weapons just drawn and keeping a very sharp eye out. They're just kind of, they don't know where these demons are going to pop up since they burrow. But you see these two guys kind of just like on the street corner, like just looking a bit shaken or paranoid. They've actually gotten as close to a building as they can, as if to try and make sure there's something at their back so nothing comes at them from behind. They're clearly on edge. These guys have been fighting all day and they're clearly on edge. But you come up to them. Are you still enlarged, by the way?
He did his best to figure out how to undo it on the way.
It's not hard. Once you realize that you can enlarge yourself, just kind of willing yourself back down into a smaller form is easy enough to do. And yeah,
Okay,
you are able to do that. Like figuring out how to enlarge yourself just happened kind of by accident because you didn't know it could do that. But now that you do know, it's much easier. It's just concentration and willpower. That's all it takes. So yeah, you do manage to probably before you even get inside of the city walls, you already probably managed to shrink down to medium size. Anyway, so you go up to these guys and ask them about, have you seen? Well, go ahead. They kind of look at you. It's like, sir, it's like you shouldn't be out here.
Well, I don't want to complicate things too much, but have you seen a dark-haired, beautiful woman in the last since you've been in this area?
They kind of like look at each other and honest, I wish I could tell you that there's good news, but there's so many bodies coming in. I hope you don't mind me saying this, but your best bet is to check the wagons coming in from outside. Was she within the city walls?
The last time I checked, yes, but she kind of disappeared on me before the fighting started.
Well, I pray for you, sir, that she was inside the city walls, as most folk we've been seeing coming in from outside didn't make it. Other than that, I can't tell you that we've seen it. All we've seen around here thus far has just been soldiers. You're one of the few civilians we've seen out here.
Well, I guess that's all I can really glean from this conversation. What I can tell you, though, is that I just came from where the main fight was taking place, and the leader of this attack is now dead.
They look at each other. It's like, well, that's some good news.
Yeah.
It's like,
so, just to put you a little bit at ease.
Well.
Anyway, I really gotta go. So, and then he
You
takes
okay?
off.
Yeah, he's okay. All right, so you head off to make another, or to look around some more. Um, I'll give you one more streetwise check before we like check on someone else.
Okay. Here we go. 'Better.
28. Okay. You check in with another group. Looks like this time there's 4 turreteers that are kind of they've taken post on the rooftops of a building, just kind of on their stomachs, just kind of keeping watch, looking for. In fact, right as you approach, you notice them all kind of turn and fire at something, and you hear off to the side this as they've all just like pelted one of those acidic demons with just a number of shots that was enough to kill it. You kind of come out from the shadows long enough to say like, "Hey," and have a similar conversation with them. So they also kind of give you more of the same. They tell you, like they ask you the same thing. Was she inside the walls? And so many civilians are coming back on these carts that it seems like you're not the only person that's been seen walking around asking questions. One of these turreteers also says this like it's like, I haven't seen my wife either. I know how you feel, but we have to deal with this first. Just pray. Just pray. Please pray that the gods hear that we need help right now. And then the guy next to him kind of nudges him and says like, pay attention. So he's just like, he kind of takes his focus off you and goes back to watching. So nothing comes of this conversation either.
Well, dang. He's got major anxiety vibes.
Yeah, it's not good. There's like pretty much no matter where you look at this point, you're not far from a corpse, be it human or demon. Like you like round a bend, you see like 2 demons like with like lots of arrows stuck in their bodies, and then next to them you see like a couple of dudes like laying on top of each other. Their like arms have been all melted from acid or something. You go around another corner, similar scene, just gore, and it's just a nightmare all across the city. And things are starting to die down. The sounds of scuffles, of metal clanging, of screams and shouts have over time started to fade and die off. And fortunately, you're seeing more people walking around than demons, which seems like at least the battle is coming to a conclusion. And I mean, Pyrrhic victory that it is a victory. They have somehow managed to fend off the attack. However, you'll probably how long do you think you'll continue going about this?
He's gonna keep doing it for ever, basically.
All right,
He
so
might eventually start looking outside of the city once he's combed the inside,
okay.
but he's basically not going to stop.
I guess I could ask you, are you just talking to anybody you meet, or is there anybody specific that you would try and talk to? Or, yeah, if it's just anybody you meet, then we can kind of move on a little bit, unless there's like a specific scenario you want to try and handle.
He probably is going to try to get more eyes on the situation, so he might go to the guild hall and try to get some other agents on it as well.
Are you talking about O'Driscoll Manor?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, so since you've been running around town asking guards and stuff, we'll while you're doing that, we're gonna jump cut to someone else. So how about let's go with Benny and Rain, I think, were sort of along doing something together, or if I remember correctly. So, um, well, let's go with Benny and Rain. If you guys have anything you'd like to do.
I think the main thing Benny was planning was to send a message up to Father Brian, kind of
Okay.
tell him that Shin'shra Khan is dead. And there's a lot of dead bodies.
Okay. So, are you gonna? Do you have the sending ritual, or you bought scrolls for that?
Benny specifically has a sending stone to him. They
That's
gave
that's
it,
right. That's right. You do. Okay.
so they
Um,
gave it to Benny before he left. So
okay. What's the gist of your message, or what do you say in the message?
is this the one that kind of just sends like a message, or is it like the walkie-talkie one?
I believe it's the. Oh, that's a good question. I don't
Aren't
think
they
it's that
Chihuahua?
huh? Well, like I said, they both essentially function the same. The only difference is like answering machine version or walkie-talkie version. I
Did
think,
we have both types?
huh?
I thought we just had the one type, but I guess maybe I'm wrong.
Generally, the answering machine type are more for like if you need to be really stealthy. You don't want somebody just randomly coming on your
Yeah, I got
stone
now.
saying, "Hey, how's it going?" You're like, "Shh." So if you don't want that, you'd get the answering machine type. That you know it doesn't play until you like activate the rune to make it play back. I would say with Father Brion, probably they'd get the more common type, which is like the walkie-talkie type. It's just immediate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Benny's gonna first see if he can get a hold of him then, and see if like he's not
Okay.
busy.
So it doesn't take too long. You say like, Father Brion, you there, or whatever you say, and he's like, um, yes. Is this Benny, if I
Yes,
remember correctly?
yes, this is Benny.
It's like,
Benny has some news with events entitled, just to inform His Majesty kind of preemptively, since this might be big news and you might be able to help us with more information. Benny's not quite sure. But anyway, with title, we tried to evacuate many of the civilians before the fight, which didn't end so well, and many of them were unfortunately massacred by the giants outside of the city.
Hello.
Uh,
oh dear gods.
but thankfully, we were able to uh,
Okay.
basically come into conflict directly with Shin'shra Khan himself, and he is most certainly dead now.
This is news, I suppose.
Hmm.
How many dead?
Uh, it's hard to say at the moment since there's still some fighting going on in the city itself. But from the cartloads I can see from the wall, thousands.
Oh my god. Erathis, save us. All right. There was recently a portal that opened up on the northern edge of the kingdom here. Nothing ever came out of it, but we scrambled all the troops we could, all the blue cloaks we could up to the north for nothing, it seems. If we had known, perhaps it was a feint just to keep our eyes focused here and not be able to send anything.
That is possible.
If Shin'shra Khan is dead, then...
Yes.
But you say the attack is still ongoing?
Yeah, there was they had some sort of alliance with some sort of demons, and they attacked from the ocean side.
Demons.
Yes.
Weren't you telling me something about... There was that book you showed to showed to the king when you were here. Is it something to do with that?
It might be, but from our knowledge, The book was connected more directly with Shin'shra Khan, since apparently it was his book. But perhaps he had it from somewhere more related to demons. That I'm not sure.
Demons and storm giants working together. And fire elementals too, it would seem.
Indeed.
Do you think the aberrants are also in league with this?
Hmm. Beni cannot say one way or the other on that one. In some ways, it looks like they have different goals, but are using each other's goals to benefit each other, is Benny's opinion.
I see. Well, I thank you for your report, Beni. I am...
Indeed, for yours as well. That portal is rather unusual with nothing coming out.
As I said, our best guess is that it was just, as I said, some sort of feint to take all of the eyes within the capital and point them in the wrong direction. Some sort of... And with everything as it is, with this crazy entity in the sky and ongoing attacks and fire elementals, I mean, it wouldn't have surprised us in the least if we were attacked from the north.
Indeed.
Hence our response. Whoever's orchestrating all of these things really knows what they're doing. They've primed the entire kingdom and all of its surrounding cities to fall. I just wish I knew who was behind it all.
That Benny can't answer. But Benny will keep bringing these important updates as they come.
Well, I'll of course relay what you've told me to the king and see if perhaps we can redirect some of our forces to the south to Titol, as maybe as late as it is, but I don't know. I thank you for your message. And he hangs up.
Okay. So Benny will join the others and, like, I guess he's mostly been hanging out with Rain and stuff, so he'll head over with them to see where they're going.
Okay. Rain, what are you up to?
Great, because I see that Benny is messaging people,
Yeah.
and so I kind of I just want to like, hey, are you like sending out messages?
Benny sent one out to Father Brion so that he could tell the king, but otherwise that's all Benny can do at the moment.
Oh,
Why?
I wanted to send one to Kellogg.
Do you have a way of doing that?
I was hoping you would, because no, definitely not.
We still have some sending scrolls. Benny thought we might want to save it for something else, but that if you want to do that.
I don't know. We're missing something. I saw the mark on the lance, or was it a javelin? I forget.
Javelin.
Javelin. And Kellogg's has something with the same mark. And I know that he's connected to all this, and I don't know what side he's on, but I want help or information, or I don't know, maybe he'll just give us a fuck you, but
in Benny's experience,
we're
that's
missing some
quite
connection, and I
response.
think he might know what it is.
Well, we could set that up.
Yeah?
Yeah. The sending scroll would go pretty quickly.
Okay. Because this is beyond. This is carnage.
Hmm.
I don't I can't understand why.
Well, if you know what message you want Benny to send to him, and with a little bit of your help, we can send that message.
Hmm.
I believe it's 25 words.
Yeah.
25 words.
Yeah. 25 words.
So if you figure out your message, we can read that off to him.
Okay. Kurt, I can definitely be. I don't. I don't know how to say it. I want to say, hey, do you know all the shit that's going down right now? Do you want to help us fight Dagon? Do you want to punch the moon? Can we do? I don't know.
Yeah. Tricky.
What?
What are you going to
What?
say?
I know.
Tricky.
Doesn't he work for Dagon?
Their relationship seems contentious. Like, in the past, yes. But he fought Dagon with us also. So I
Oh.
don't think, or well, not directly, but it doesn't seem like they are steadfastly aligned.
Okay.
Maybe just ask if there's any help or information that he can give us
In regards to...
with these attacks or with Alabar. I know he doesn't like the Alabar situation. He wants nothing to do with the rod. I think he's afraid of it.
The only problem Benny can think of is, well, it might not be a problem because of his so many clones. Whether or not they're on the same plane.
God, surely one of them is.
So it might not be a problem because it might go to any of his clones, all of his. Benny's not quite
Would
sure.
they all
You don't know.
at the same time? That's actually really
You have no idea how that would work.
Would they all hear it? Would they all answer? Are you gonna hear like 10 voices?
Yeah, Benny, you're actually for once in your life at a loss. You're like,
This sounds like a fun experiment. Let's do it.
You have no idea. You're like, huh.
So, Rain, since you know and trust Kellogg's more, Benny will let you figure out the letter and Benny will send it.
Okay. Give me a minute and I will get you 25 words.
Maybe 24 so that Benny can add something like rain or something like that at the end. So
I'll get you 20 words. You can have 5.
Okay.
Use them wisely.
Whom it may concern.
Whom it may concern. That's 5. Great job.
A nice whom it may concern fireball.
Fireball.
Whom it may concern.
Whom it may concern. Honestly, it's a waste of words, but I love the energy of to whom it may concern.
Okay, I will give Rain, I'll give you a bit of time to come up with your message. In the meantime, I'll hop over to Sturge. Sturge, Lloyd has gone off into the city. He said he's like, I'm going to go look for my wife. And
Right away.
yeah, he's, looking for his family or Vega specifically. Looks like Beni and Rain are kind of trying to, Benny, you just saw Beni contact Father Breon, and you overheard this whole conversation about trying to contact Kellogg's. Do you have any input on this, or because you're there for
I'm
this
right
whole
there.
thing? Yeah, I mean you're right there with them. If you have any input on it, if not,
And
then you
Rain
can go
just-
do your own thing if you like.
Rain just revived me
Yeah,
or something.
we're
Is that what
assuming
happened?
we're assuming we're past the reviving, and it's been at least a few minutes, maybe 10, 15 minutes after that.
Okay, but it's still. I sense that it's kind of bright still. I'm a little thirsty, a little itchy. Well, I'm a little itchy for some reason.
Uh-huh.
Are these
Can't
the side
imagine
effects?
why.
Are what?
The side effects of being brought back? I
Right.
don't know. I don't know what to do. What's going
Yeah.
on?
Yeah, I'm sure it's that.
But out of character, would my character, like, how common is raised dead knowledge? Like, is it common knowledge that you can do that, or
I think most people have heard of tales of people being brought back to life. But you also know like that it's not a very common thing. Yeah, it's definitely not a very common thing. You've heard of it for certain, especially you being as traveled as you are at this point in your adventuring career. You definitely have heard
Right.
of it.
Right.
Yeah, but you're unaware of who would have the ability to do so. I mean, your first go-to is Beni. I'll assume you've already asked Beni, but Beni doesn't know how to do that. You're also more inclined to think that like divine magic.
Would I?
This is more within the realm of divine magic than arcane magic.
And Denny,
Right.
Benny would definitely point him in that direction.
Well, anyhow, since I have this miraculous ability. Oh, hello?
Yeah.
Are you guys still there?
Well, yeah, we can hear you.
Oh.
You're still on. You're still on. What's it called? Discord, but you're just not. You must have dropped out of the game somehow. That's okay. I can
No,
still.
no.
Huh?
I'm in the game. You guys all dropped out. That's
I see.
from my perspective.
I see.
I'm the only one there.
I see. Oh,
Here, I'll-
people are dropping.
Oh,
I see John.
I
I see.
also only see myself now.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But I've got
Okay.
you 21 words.
Awesome. I see John. I see Lloyd.
Everybody there.
I see.
I'll
Really?
refresh.
Okay,
Everyone's
Kenya's
gone.
back.
Okay, I'll refresh.
Jaez is back. I lost Rain and I lost Sturge.
Yeah, we're refreshing.
Thank goodness for Discord. Discord is old faithful.
Old faithful.
You guys still aren't back yet.
Maybe
I
I
refreshed.
should I refresh? I don't know.
I guess
I
know.
don't know either.
I'll
I
try.
refreshed and I'm still all alone. All by myself. Oh, I have
Oh.
Paul now.
I got rain.
Yay.
Oh dear.
Just the two of us.
We're getting the wonky camera stuff again. Okay, so just, refresh as
Anyhow.
needed. In the meantime, we can just talk. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But I can see Sarah, so that's all that matters.
I
So,
know, I'm the
refresh
best.
to most everybody.
Wait.
yeah.
My cute face is still available.
Oh, anyhow, what I was gonna say was, since I woke up, I realized. Oh, I lost Sarah. Okay. Anyhow, since
I'm working
I
on it.
woke up, I realized I can now communicate with Makwihwa.
Right.
So I would like to say hi to Makwihwa and ask if Makwihwa knows about this thing to revive my friend Nimrod.
Oh.
Ah. Okay.
Makwihwa has been doing some healing and stuff. I've noted.
Okay. So you look at Makwihwa, this serpentine, like this floating serpentine creature. Just for reference, like Makwihwa is a coatl, but newly born, so not at full size yet. She's about as large as a very large, like, let's see. She's large enough for Rain to ride on. Large enough for Rain to ride on. So like maybe I want to say like thickness wise, like anaconda thickness, but not as long.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, Makuihua, what do you say? Let's talk it out. So
Thanks for helping me, reviving me, and healing me all those times.
her
Oh
attention,
yeah.
yeah, her attention immediately focuses on you. It's just like you speak the language of the gods now.
Yes. I can communicate with you.
Very
Was
good.
it the rod that gave us Mukwihwa? It was, wasn't it?
No, I
No,
don't
no, it was not.
Wasn't it? Oh, it was
No,
a
It was
crystal.
you.
yeah. You took a necklace of soul totems off
Right.
of the pit fiend. Mikuihua was
Right.
one of the souls. She said she had been bound in that soul for a very long time. She had been bound within that soul totem for a very long time, and you finally released her after all that time, and she was very grateful for it. Just to recap,
Okay.
and she said before she was reincarnated, the soul mentioned that she would not remember this conversation when she woke up. So please remember my name, and that you did. And so when she was reincarnated and hatched anew, you spoke her name, and she immediately kind of was drawn to your presence, and was kind of began to follow you around. That's just a brief recap.
Okay.
But
Well,
anyway,
thanks for all your help.
she acknowledges this, like, it's like, it is no issue. I am still within your debt.
Oh. Well, what do you know? Look at my friend here. Oh. What's that?
What?
It's
Oh,
Lime.
you didn't hear?
Oh, just somebody's
heard
phone. Somebody's phone.
I think it's someone's
weird.
phone
Yeah,
vibrating.
somebody's phone vibrated.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. See. Huh?
So you
My
said,
friend
look.
Nimrod.
Ah,
My friend Nimrod. He isn't waking up.
ah.
Can you help me?
It has passed into this next realm. Although I do feel it somehow lingers here, as if its soul cannot move on.
Ah.
Something is blocking it.
Mm.
Okay. What can we do?
I know what you ask of me, however, I do not have the power to restore life. Just heal it. I am not that powerful. I am sorry.
Is there any way?
If you were to find some priest of Arathis or any god, perhaps they might know the way.
Okay.
True
I'll do
love.
my best. Or perhaps if I had the rod, I could restore. Did I roll a bluff there?
Against who?
I don't know.
Against who?
Sarah?
McQueewa probably. Sarah?
I can't understand you.
That's true. Sarah has no idea what you're saying right now, unless you're switched back to common.
I'm just trying to convey the fact that I may be level 3 on the stress meter.
Ah, I got it. Well, accomplished.
Yes.
Mikuihua does kind of say that it's like, I know not what that artifact is, but it does not seem to set well with your psyche.
Doctor's opinion, eh? Yes, sometimes it's necessary to use it. It's very powerful.
Take caution.
Okay, I will.
Well, absolutely not.
Is there anything you want to talk to Rain about? I could translate it for you or whatever.
Simply that she has been very kind.
Okay.
I enjoyed.
Uh,
I enjoy working with her.
Okay.
I don't know.
It says you suck.
Okay. I'll tell Rain.
uh, per, hmm. Perhaps if you could mention a few words of the supernal language to her, may help us communicate better.
Okay.
Direction words mostly.
Yeah. How to drive you a bit better.
Now.
Sure.
Okay. I'll try to help her when I
Is
get a chance.
McQueehawk kind of bows her head and says, "Let me know if I can be of any more service."
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
So I kind of want to go find the priest now.
Beza? You want to find Beza? I forget
Or
who.
whoever can.
There was a priest you all visited in a previous episode, Father Beza. He's the priest of Arathis, of the main temple here. I think
Oh,
you
you-
guys might have gotten some sort of ritual book off of him or something. I don't remember. There was a reason you went to him before.
So it was so we could get the ritual, so we could cure Sturge of his insanity.
Ah,
We got remove affliction.
You got remove affliction, which
He was not particularly forthcoming about it.
Yeah.
I might need that again.
He might.
And now everybody's got the need to remove some
I don't know what
affliction.
he's talking about. I'm fine.
Right. Okay.
It wears off over time.
Okay. So you're gonna go try and find the priest, right?
Well, I don't know. Like, I'm torn. On the one hand, I have my friend Nimrod. On the other hand, I don't have a rod.
Play it as you like. This is a good character development thing, I think. Like it's
I gotta help Nimrod, but I need my rod.
I
Can
honestly feel like it'd be so funny if he got the rod and cast it on Nimrod, and we got the 666 or something like that.
And it's resurrection.
I don't think you can cast it on a dead thing though, right?
No.
Yeah, it has to be a creature, not an object.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to use it. I just want to have it.
Right.
Yeah, that's
You know
what
what I
I'll
mean?
say.
Right.
Just want to hold it.
Just want to hold it.
Be with it.
Gently.
Sometimes.
I'm gonna help translate some words with Rain
Okay.
and try to demonstrate maybe some gestures and
Okay.
possibly I might do a little sleight of hand to try to investigate where the rod is
Interesting.
while in close proximity to Rain.
Okay. All right. So Sturge, make a sleight of hand check, and I don't think Rain is actively looking at Sturge to take something, or
No, I am. Rain is like furiously writing like on a piece of paper that's more strikeout than it is words at this point.
Oh.
Can I make a sleight of hands check if I see Sturge doing something naughty?
You're-
I have the bag.
It depends. It depends. Like how
I'm still
soon
there.
That's what I was gonna ask you. I'm like kind of going down the line. How soon after the battle ended would you have tried to go to O'Driscoll Manor? Would you be waiting around and participating in this, or would you go immediately? That is up to you.
Jaez is still trying to figure plans out because he was like, "Oh, I could take Old Man," and then Old Man left, and he's like, "Okay."
Okay, so old
And
man
then
left,
he's gonna
and then
see what the other folks are doing.
Okay, so you're still there. You are still there.
So I'm still there.
Okay. I will allow you a wait, you said sleight of hand a second ago. What's the sleight of hand for, or did you mean perception?
Or I could use
No.
perception, but
I
I
meant
like
it
clearly
might
looking
be-
at the group, so I see what's going on. I was like, I
Okay.
think I know what he's about to do. So
No.
I'm
Oh,
just
you
gonna go
like take it out of
bag
your
and
pouch
take,
before he can
just
reach
take
into
it out of the
mine.
pouch and be like,
Speaking of
I
which,
didn't
what is your level at? You're at level 2. Oh yeah. So by the way, so
because I was gonna say, I was like, I'm
Jaez,
still insane.
you're a little. You feel like you just haven't eaten all day. You feel like you haven't eaten all day. You just feel this. You feel this
Freaking
really.
hungry.
Yeah, like your stomach is like grumbling and yeah, and you just feel you're not out of breath, but you feel like you're sort of out of breath as well. It's weird.
Yep.
You can't explain. You can't explain why you feel this way, but you ate today. You ate, probably at O'Driscoll Manor, but you just like, God, why am I so hungry? So
The adrenaline
Want
rush.
some
I'm
bread?
just starving.
could be that.
God, bread would be fantastic.
Okay, so they're talking about this kind of stuff. If you can give me a good reason why you would be watching Sturge, like, you're watching Sturge, like, is
So
there
he's
something?
watching the whole. It's the whole group, not like. Is Rain and Sturge, are they not together? And Beni, are they not all together right now?
They are all together, yeah.
So I'm just watching my group, observing,
Well,
All right.
Kenya
seeing
also
who can I bring
Creepily
with me.
looking.
But I am creepily looking because I'm like, who can I use? Who
So
will help me?
So you're just
Okay,
kind
I
of.
need to get to the manor. But then I just
Well,
see, I was like, the
Jaez
hell
would
is Sturge doing
understand my
now?
conversation, right?
Well,
Yeah,
Jaez.
he would actually.
Supernal?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You speak
I got
Supernal.
it from the rod. Because
He
the
does
rod gave it to
now.
me.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
You gained a language from the
Obviously,
rod, yeah.
she'd be paying attention because she'd understand my conversation, right?
That does make sense. Okay, that's the kind of
He's not
logic.
jumping into the conversation. He's like, neat.
That is the logic
know
I was
this
looking
now.
for. Okay, given that so Sturge, you can roll a sleight of hand, and Jaez, you can roll a perception check.
Okay,
Sure.
it's not called sleight of hand in 4E.
It's called
thievery.
thievery here,
Yeah.
Fever.
All right. So 32, watching Sturge's movements, I guess.
All right.
I literally have, and I have the pouch like right on me. I could just go loop,
That's
and then
true.
just leave.
Yeah. It's
He's
sort
like,
of
oh, this will probably be of help. I'll just go.
yeah.
And-
It's sort of deception. Oh, what is it? Thievery? Just thievery, I guess.
It's thievery.
I think it's
yeah,
just
it's kind of
thievery.
like, yeah, because you're trying to root around and okay. So you start.
Hypothetically, if that does not even approach my passive perception.
Yeah, your passive perception is what?
37.
Okay, so Sturge is kind of
Beni's
not. Sturge just kind of, he's like talking to you, and he just kind of like takes a finger and kind of lifts the flap of the bag
I
up.
just like swat his hand.
Stop it.
Continue. I'm just like, bad. Continue
Stop.
the conversation.
Bad.
Okay,
The breadsticks.
it's totally busted. So.
With the other hand, I give him a breadstick. All right, man.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, Makwihwa, I relay the message from Makwihwa now that I can communicate with Makwihwa.
Okay. All right. So let's do this first. So Rain was about to send a message to Kellogg. So you've got the
Yes.
message prepped and ready to go. You give it
Yes.
to Beni, or I guess do it.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know. I
You can-
might be off base with this Kellogg's name, but it's bugging me. I want to know what he's up to.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's gonna come over and she's gonna. All right. I got 21 words.
We can work with that.
Okay. All right. I got attack on title. Dagon's
Attack.
involved. Anything to say? Help. Also, you've seen the moon. It wants the rod. Common enemy there. She thinks she's done a great job. I
Okay.
can type it. I can type it if that's helpful.
Let's see. So Attack on Title.
Attack on Title. Dagon's involved.
Dagon's involved.
He's just like, anything to say? Help? And then switches topics. Also, you've seen the moon?
Yeah, common enemy there.
It wants the rod. Yeah, common enemy.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, getting both the topics that I want to ask him about.
Okay.
You have a few extra words if you want to be like "fuck you" or something.
Yeah, actually,
I don't think that's really helpful though.
Benny
I
does
think
have,
we should be nice.
Benny will fill up the last
You
4.
can reply to this message.
You can fuck you this message.
You can reply to this message. You can reply to this message. How very not the brave. Okay, so Benny, relay this message as you like.
Yeah.
So Benny will copy her message and then at the end of it add "with love from Rain."
Aww.
Okay.
Doodles.
Toodaloo.
Okay.
Toodaloo.
There's hang on, let me think about this. Well, first make an Arcana check. I know you're gonna pass, but I just want to see how far it travels.
Okay.
I believe, like, even with the smallest roll, you'll still get like anywhere on this plane.
Yeah, 100,000.
Right. Yeah, as I thought. Like, so it goes up to anywhere on this plane, which is okay. There's a moment passes. A moment passes, and you get a message back. Let's see. I guess Benny gets a message back.
Yeah.
Let me think what he would say. That would have been to... Who would that have been to? Hang on a second. I'm trying to recall something that was said in the past. Okay. Okay. You get a message back after a long pause. It says, like, don't know who this is, but I know Rain. We should talk more. Go to Luxury Liquors. Sorry to hear of the loss. That's about as much as he can get in a message.
Welcome to Luxury Liquor.
Liquors.
Oh, sorry. I got it backwards. It's Liquor Luxuries. That's what it was. I got the name backwards. I was like, wait a minute, that's not right. And it was like, yeah, Liquor
I'll
Luxuries.
just draw a little arrow on my notes. It's the
Either
other
would
way.
technically work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Liquor Luxuries.
Liquor Lux.
Liquor Luxuries. Yeah, Liquor Luxuries.
Gosh.
Benny will pass that along to Rain, of course.
Luxurious.
Well, that's frustrating, but not a no.
And
Okay.
information he's offering.
Where's Liquor Luxuries?
So Jaez, Benny, no, Benny would not know. The last time Benny was here was 60 years ago, and this place was not around 60 years ago. Same goes for Lloyd. Even though Lloyd knows this place really well, this is a newer place and he wouldn't know. So Jaez is the only person who might have a chance of knowing where this is that's among the group. So Jaez, you can roll just roll a general intelligence check. If you're paying attention to this conversation. Yeah, I assume you are.
honestly, Jaez is about to bounce. Like, because let me see. What's level 2 insanity? Like, again, I just looked at it. Oh wait, I have a sending stone. Benny, do I have a sending stone that connects to you or no?
I have this information.
I wrote it down.
So the sending stones currently in play are Rain to Garen,
Yes.
Una to Garen, Beni to Father Brian, Beni to Jaez, that's that one, and Vashti to Jael at the moment because you gave yours to Jael. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, technically Vashti doesn't have hers yet, but
doesn't even have hers
yeah.
yet.
Jael,
So,
Jael and
Your dad has the set, right?
yeah, Jael and
He-
Postal Service Man.
and Postal Serviceman, whenever that
It's
gets
still
sent.
it's still en route.
I bet the mail is hella delayed right now.
Yeah.
Hella delayed.
But yes, you do.
Figure
There is
that
a
out.
standing stone right now. Benny has one half. Jaez has the other half. So you can do with that
Alright,
as you will.
Jaez is out. He gone.
Okay.
And as he's going, because since he's level 2, got that rotted, she's just gonna take it out.
Yeah.
Just in case. You never know.
Okay. You take the rod out, and so you've got it in. Now it's. Do you have it just in your hand, or just kind of out of the pouch and in your cloak?
It's
or
out
something?
of the pouch, and it's out of the pouch, and he's like sticking it in his gauntlet in case he has to like quick draw or something.
I don't know if it would fit in a gauntlet. It's pretty thick. Imagine a piece
Oh,
of.
is it thick? I don't know why I
It's
thought
about.
it was just
It's about an
stick.
inch. It's about an inch thick, like inch
Oh,
diameter.
it's an inch thick. Okay,
Yeah.
then he'll just put it in like his side pocket or something. You know what? He'll just stick it in his
Okay.
bag. He'll just stick it in his bag because he can just call it out whenever he needs it.
Sure. Okay. So the rod is now currently in Jaez's bag, not in the the pouch of shared acquisition. So that's something.
Oh, it's not even.
Too late. You can't take it out now. It's
No.
And Jaez is gone.
It's probably best if I don't go into a conversation with Kellogg carrying it, honestly.
Okay.
Rain wouldn't agree, but I kind of think so.
All right. So,
rooftop shenanigans, and he's doing the rooftop thing to get to O'Driscoll Manor.
Okay, so as you guys were, doing these sendings to and from Kellogg, Jaez kind of took off. So,
Out of here.
but Benny, you still do have the sending stone to him. So,
Benny's not going to worry too much now. Yes.
okay.
Since we still have a connection, and it's like, well, he probably went to deal with something else in the town like he did before. So.
Okay. So, what are you guys doing in that case then?
Well, Rain, do we want to try and find that witch liquor luxury or whatever?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's probably fast. He's probably here. One of him.
Probably.
Okay. Okay. So as you guys now head off into the city,
That I said.
are you same questions? Are you being stealthy? Yes or no?
No.
No, Benny's not.
Okay, Penny's not stealthy. Got it. Roll it.
My strategy is walk with purpose.
Walk with purpose. Okay, give me a streetwise check. Give me a streetwise check while I make a different roll.
Let me get my character sheet back up from when I refreshed. I'm gonna do that for you.
Streetwise 28. Let's see. DC you needed was. Oh, you guys are level 25 now, so the DCs are a little different.
Yeah.
But
I know Kellogg probably wants to sack for a chew, but
you're good.
He's got
You needed a 25 or 6. I haven't updated this yet, but either way, it beats that. Okay, so that doesn't, but Benny's did, so no worries.
walking with purpose,
Yeah.
not with attention.
Fortunately, Benny is a better talker than you are, and
Working with purpose, but to where?
okay.
I don't know.
You're progressed through the city. fortunately does not meet with any of the remaining demon forces that are here and there throughout. And you manage to find a group of soldiers, as I kind of described earlier when Lloyd was walking through the city. They're just kind of really on guard. They got one of them, or actually two of them, are spearmen. Another one is a turreteer. The turreteers, just got their crossbow trained up and ready. But Beni kind of goes up to them and gets their attention. And you kind of ask, do you know this place called what was it? Liquor Luxuries? The guards the blue cloaks kind of look at one another, and it's just like, you want a drink? It's like, and then the other guard next to him is just like, do you blame them? And he kind of looks. It's like, point taken. Seafoam.
Within reason.
Seafoam Square. You can't miss it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So yeah, Seafoam Square, which you probably would have heard about through either Jaez or Lloyd. It's the town square. It's a bazaar / market area where people can set up stalls and take them down easily. There's a giant bell tower in the middle. But yeah, it's like a big pavilion, just with nothing there, maybe a few sparse trees, where people can set up stalls. They have festivals, etc. But yeah, apparently one of the buildings that kind of faces this square is that store, is Liquor Luxuries. So you make your way there once again. Make one more roll. Oh, you guys are being lucky. You guys are getting real lucky. And you find it very quickly. You find it quite quickly, actually. So as you get there, you notice that all of the storefronts are, they've got their, curtains and shutters drawn. The doors are all closed. You do see, however, on one side of this pavilion, there's these big, bright blue lettering painted on the shop's front. It says, indeed, Liquor Luxuries. Okay, what do you do?
It looks closed, I'm assuming.
You're looking at it from across the pavilion right now, so you're not. It looks closed, but so does everything else. Like you don't see any lights on, and you see that the shutters have been closed.
I'm gonna go see if the door's open.
But let's walk up with purpose.
Okay.
Walk up with purpose.
Okay. You walk across the pavilion. Just kind of keep an eye out for any demons or anything that you don't want to be surprised. Fortunately, it doesn't look like anything's around this area at the moment, thankfully. You go over, you kind of look at the building. You can't really see anything because, like I said, the curtains on the inside are drawn and there's shutters on the outside blocking the door. What do you want to do? Like, you try the door. The door is clearly locked. What do you do at that point?
I'll be polite and knock a little and see if there's an answer.
Okay.
And then we're going in.
Okay, so you knock. You see a little bit of movement at one of the side windows. Apparently, like, the curtain just kind of opens and then it shuts. Then you hear there's a lock on the door that unlocks and it kind of cracks open a bit. You reign.
Sorry, I as a human being didn't catch that.
He says, "Are you reign?" As in, "Are you reign?"
Oh, yes.
All right, come on then. You see this. You see this like hooded figure. You can tell immediately from the eyes that it's a tiefling, and he kind of opens the door a little bit. He kind of he eyeballs Beni next to you. So I was like, "He with you?"
Yes.
All right, hurry up. He kind of like opens the door a little wider for you guys to come in. You guys go in, and he kind of takes one last look outside, and then he closes the door. He lights a candle, and then he doesn't mince words at all. He just kind of pulls out of his pocket a stone, and he kind of hands it out to you. It's just like, Kellogg told me to give this to you.
Thanks.
It's like, all right, that's all I'm supposed to do. Now you get out of here.
Fair. Really? I will.
I will give you a quick perception check if you like to look around.
I would love that. Yeah.
Okay.
I would love a quick perception
Yeah.
check.
27. Okay. I forget. Do shifters have low light vision or no?
Yes, sir.
They do. Okay. So yeah, with a 27 and low light vision, you take a quick glance around the place. It, as the name implies, it appears to be a liquor store, not a bar, but like a place that just sells full bottles of all kinds of exotic drinks. There's, you've got schnapps and wines, and a lot of it seems to be imported. Like, not local stuff. Of course, they have like a whole section, one corner of this structure that's all dedicated to like the local thistle wine, and a lot of it is indeed from the O'Driscoll Manor. But other than that, you see bottles that have languages you don't recognize, like some appear to be Dwarven. You see some that are Elven. It's just all kinds of different like liquors manufactured all across of Sylph. And it's just an exotic liquor store. So, and the fact that this is apparently related to Kellogg somehow is a bit disconcerting, like, because knowing his checkered history. But nonetheless, it is what it is. That's what you see with that check. So
I just want to turn to Beni. I've sort of been like, you want anything?
We can get it for free.
Isn't Benny a wine connoisseur?
On the house?
Yeah, Beni is a very seasoned wine
Exactly.
connoisseur. If
Doesn't
there was
he have some-
if there was like a skill for wine, I think Beni would have like full marks in it at this point in his life.
Yeah, he's got a 30 mod to wine.
Yes.
Wasn't he like making or collecting icicle wine or something? When we first
Oh,
met him?
are you? No, he introduced you guys to the icicle wine.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah. So Lord O'Driscoll owns the main production of icicle wine. That's just the
Okay.
colloquial term because it's made from grapes that grow in frost. They can actually survive in these like winter climates. It's called thistle grapes. But anyway,
Oh.
yeah, Beni was here like 60 years ago or so. And he's like sampled a lot of the local wines and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's familiar with it. And at one of the inns, you were staying at the Steam Closet Inn, and I think they had some bottles there. And he said, "Oh, you guys got to try this," and he introduced it to you. If you're talking about before that, there was the thing. That was in the Elemental Chaos with the wizard Darmond.
For expensive wine.
You're talking
Oh,
about
That's right.
like Elquinov. Elquinov is almost like a mythical level drink that's produced by this one guy in the Elemental Chaos named Darmond. You guys briefly met him. He was in a wizard's tower in Glomnull, that rainy place. Yeah.
Well, that's where Benny was found.
Yeah, and he had captured Beni.
Yeah, hiding.
Yeah, he had captured Beni inside this weird, this really weird force field looking thing. Anyway, that was a long time ago, but again, that was not something that Beni invented. It was this Darmond guy who invented that drink. But
Okay.
yeah. Anyway, that's off. That's neither here nor there. That's off topic. So
But anyhow, Benny's in his element right now.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's an opportunity to snatch.
I would say that Beni is probably very intrigued by the contents of this store. You did not know this was here. Last time you were here, this store was not here, and you're just kind of like, I would almost be like, oh my gosh, you're like having a bit of a moment, like looking for anything that you haven't tried yet. Like your like eyes are darting around, like oh. So, the guy is kind of asking you to leave though. So what do you do?
And they will probably know it's us since we asked for directions.
Before they leave, Benny's gonna be like, "Can we take a bottle?"
Yeah, it's just
Just ask.
Yeah, Benny just asks.
Just take a bottle.
Yeah, he asks, "Can we just take a bottle? Like, you're not gonna get any business for a while."
We'll leave money.
You pay, you can have one, sure, just like anyone else.
Rain, before Benny goes crazy, take one from that counter. Benny will pay. Benny can't choose.
I'm gonna pick the weirdest looking bottle.
All right, let's. I'm gonna make some rolls here because I love rolls. Where's my?
I want a really like weird shape
Got
of
it.
bottle with some writing I can't read. That's what I want.
Perfect. Okay. Give me just a second. I'm making this up on the spot because I love this kind of stuff.
Okay.
The world's ending. We're on a liquor store detour.
Yeah. Picking up a phallus-shaped bottle.
It's just a big dick.
Okay. Well, you can't read it, so I guess I can't tell you what it is because you can't read it.
Yeah.
You
Just describe it to me.
you pick up this bottle that looks it just looks sinister. The bottle itself just looks sinister. It looks as if a fire has come to life, kind of reached over and started to make claws. The bottle itself is this. Well, I mean, it's kind of dim light in here, so it's hard to tell, but. It's a really crystal clear bottle, but inside of it is this black liquor, this like just really inky black liquor, and the cork is actually on the side of the bottle, the glass comes up, curves out like this, and then just one of the tangs at the top has this like cork wedged inside of it. So you're like, that one.
That one.
That one.
Yeah. I look at the guy, I'm like, how much? Friends and family discount.
Make a diplomacy check.
Yes.
24. He's like, he kind of goes like, he goes, for you, 500 gold.
I leave it on the. I'm sure I'm not getting a discount, and that's fine. I'll leave it on the counter for him.
Well, Benny
Did
said he
you
pays.
say
So Benny's
500?
definitely paying.
Yes, I did say
Oh, okay.
500,
100 times 5?
as in 100 times 5.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
I won't stop you from paying if you're going to be a gentleman.
Because Benny wants the bottle as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's gotta like improve your stats by a couple points.
It's just fancy, and he's probably fleecing us a bit.
You can make an insight check if you like.
Oh, I would love to do that.
I'm sure Benny's spent way more on wine before.
Oh yeah,
Probably.
yeah.
Um,
Benny has stolen more expensive wine than this.
Benny would make a check.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, it's
Natty 20.
not hard to tell at all. He is just fucking with you because it seems like he's not lying, but it seems like he's just like that's how much it costs, and then he's just putting in the for you as if he dropped the price just to mess with you.
That's what I think.
Yeah. So it is 500 gold as far as you can tell. Especially since
Alright.
the placard, you immediately look
Yeah.
below it. It says 500 gold. You're like,
Man, if he was going to be overcharging, I was going to be like, leave the correct amount.
okay.
Offer him 400 and a breadstick.
No.
The breadstick is worth 100.
They are priceless, actually.
We have infinite of them.
Yeah.
Does that
We're
mean
going to
we're
ruin the economy by overprinting breadsticks.
So you do you speak? Actually, you probably wouldn't. I don't think any of you have that language. Where is it listed? I'm trying to remember what's the language they speak in the Shadow Common. Do you speak Shadow Common?
Oh, no, I didn't even know that was a language.
Yeah, it's I named it something. It's like the counterpart to what's it? The Feywild language. Sylvan?
Sylvan. I do speak Sylvan.
No, yeah, it's the counterpart to that.
Yeah.
I thought it was weird that language didn't exist. Like the Feywild gets a language, but the Shadowfell doesn't. I thought that was weird. So for the time being, we're calling it Shadow Common. I think I did give it a name, but so you don't speak that. Okay. So
if they use the same syllabary, I can probably mispronounce it. But
it's probably not far off. I would say probably not far off from Sylvan as far as the best interpretation you got is it seems like it might say something along the lines of like either death or reaper. You're not sure.
she just nudges. She's just like, I think this is gonna kill us.
Well, in some way, probably. Let's
Go
go
out with a
somewhere
bang.
safe where you can talk to Kellogg.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, you got this. It's clearly a sending stone that he has given you.
Oh yeah, the main reason.
Yeah,
we're
we
here.
know all about these.
Yeah, you can talk to Kellogg for free.
And so I'm going to write that into this book here, since we want to keep up.
I will
with
put
these.
it on my. I'll put it in my inventory as well, so we hopefully both know.
Rain and
Alsatius
Chris
Kellogg.
Kellogg. This makes me so happy.
Now you can annoy him every day.
Yes.
if he responds.
That's true. But he'll at least
It's
do
worth noting that this is the like answering machine type. It does not function as a walkie-talkie. So basically,
That is good to know. Because I was just going to be like, hey.
Hey,
So-
bub.
but you are familiar with this type. I forget which of these. I should probably make a note of which ones of these are walkie-talkie. I know that Beni's and Father
Yeah.
Brion's is walkie-talkie. WT. So it's either AM for answering machine or WT for walkie-talkie.
WTF.
WTF. This one is definitely answering machine type. though.
Walkie-talkie phone. WTF.
Phone with an F.
Oh,
Phone with an F.
That's one way to spell it.
Iocane wine.
oh, man.
Iocane power. I bet my life on it. Okay, so
Apparently I can read any language. I don't know if you guys would know that or not.
you can. So Sturge can read any language, and Beni.
Benny can actually also.
Yeah, he has the glasses that allow him to do that as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's like, I think this wine says die, bitch.
No, so Beni, if you take a moment to use your glasses, it
Yeah.
does indeed say it does translate to Mekol. Mekol is actually
Cat?
no Mekol, which which
Mekol.
you have passing knowledge of from your studies in lore. Mekol was an ancient demigod of sorts who was sort of like the jester of death.
Fun.
Now, did you
That does
read
sound
it
pretty fun.
before you bought it or after?
Definitely after.
Okay.
Yeah, so a reaper of sorts, a very unique one.
Okay. So does it pair with fish or?
I think this is a red meat situation for sure.
Okay, maybe.
Liver, maybe a kidney. It's an organ meat kind of wine.
Organ.
Okay,
Yeah.
so in any case, so now what? Shall we go back over to Sturge if you want to think about what you're doing with this sending stone? So we'll go back to Sturge. Sturge,
Yeah, I feel like we'll regroup at lodging later, probably.
okay.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Seems everyone ran away on me, so I gotta take my bird to the hospital. To the
Quick question. Quick question. Who is McQuehua gonna stay with? Who's McQuehua following around, Rain or Sturge? At this point, now that you can communicate, you can ask her to follow so and so person, and she will do it because she wants to help you guys in whatever way she can.
Well, I was going to teach Rain to communicate a little bit, a few words, but I don't think we got to that point yet. I got busted for pickpocketing. I think she's following Rain still, no? Doesn't she? Hello? Oh,
Yeah, we can hear you. Oh,
we lost Rain?
Hi, I didn't catch any of that. My audio cut out.
oh. I was asking. I was
Hmm.
asking who McQuehua is gonna head or like tag along with because now that somebody can communicate, well, actually two people can communicate with her, it's
Yeah.
much easier to ask her to do this or do that or follow this person because she's not like bound like soul bound or anything to one person. She just wants to help your party out as gratitude for setting her free after who knows how long she's been trapped in that gem. So she'll totally help you out in whatever way she can, and that means if you want her to go with person A or person B, she'll totally do that. So who do you want her to hang out with at the moment?
Yeah, I feel
think-
like she'd either stay with Sturge or follow us, right? That's my feeling.
And that's the question. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Ah,
So I
great.
think by default, if we don't say, it'll just be Rain. But maybe since I was talking to her, she might be concerned about my sort of state a little.
Maybe.
She might follow me. I don't know.
Yeah, I think she's probably worried about you. I think it's cool for her to stay with you.
Okay. Then McQuehua will be with Sturge for now.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're going to that chapel where that guy we first met lives.
Sure. Okay, so you and McQuehua head in the direction of the chapel. Same thing. Stealth or no stealth?
No stealth.
No stealth. Okay.
Just walking with my dead bird and my flying serpent on the middle of the street.
Like you do. Like it. Okay. All right. No issues. I forget if you've been there before or not. I don't think you have.
Oh.
I know that Rain
I
has. Rain and
Uh,
maybe Jaez, but I don't think you were with them for that.
Oh.
So just make a quick streetwise check. With a slight penalty, maybe, because you're insane. I think you're. Do you have a penalty at this point? You might.
It applies to certain things. Let me see.
Yeah, let me check that as well.
-1 to charisma-based checks, which is streetwise.
Yeah. Okay, so it's just a small negative. Just roll normally, and we'll manually subtract the 1.
Oh, great. Roll a 3.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so yeah, you come off as a bit weird to some of the guards who just who just kind of brush you off and just like look at each other like they kind of shake their heads and like kind of like what the heck is wrong with this guy? Maybe he's just suffering from PTSD or something after all that. It's just like, sir, you need to go back to your home. Do you know where you live?
Do I? That's a good question. Said I'm fine. I'm heading to, what was the name of the church? Arathis?
A Church of Arathis.
Yeah.
They kind of like, it's like, I think you'd be safer at home, we think. But you can I'll let you. They seem to like want you to just go home where they think you live here, apparently. I'm also tempted to roll to see if they recognize you.
Wait, do I still smell like fish?
At this point, you've been in the water. I think you fell into the ocean at some point, maybe.
Oh yeah, that's right. When I was fighting with
Yeah. Did you fall in the
Land.
ocean? You might have. I don't remember.
I think so.
In any case, it's
Um,
probably not as bad as you did. Okay.
Well, if I ask them the direction to the chapel, they're gonna know that I don't live here, right?
That's true. So
So
you ask them the direction to the chapel.
yeah. Can you help me find the chapel?
They point in a direction, just a very vague direction. It's like, well, it's it's to the south of here. Just follow this road. You might find it. But it's like we have
Okay,
to
thank you.
we have to stay here.
Okay.
So there doesn't seem
That's
like they're not willing to go with you, you crazy person.
I don't want them to go with me.
Okay. They also kind of look
Okay.
at McQueehua like strangely, like, what is that? If
What is what?
that it points directly at McQueehua.
That's my quaddle. Good day.
Quaddle. They just kind of look at each other and say like, they just like kind of just keep watch. Not really sure what to make of you. Okay.
Yeah.
So you keep going on your way, and you see them kind of continue talking, whispering to each other probably about you as you go.
This is not the quaddle you're looking for.
Okay. All right. So you keep going. Make another streetwise check.
Historically, I've been really bad at streetwise, I think.
That's great. Okay, that's not too bad. So minus
Better.
street.
I did get some directions.
Yeah, you did. And okay. All right. So I will say that with that you are able to locate the. Oh, I forgot to do one more thing. Okay. You are able to locate the Church of Arathis here within the city of Title. You go up. The doors are firmly closed, as was ordered by the city guard to try and keep everybody safe. You do see that there's lights on inside, though. So apparently somebody is here. It's just that the doors have been firmly shut and locked.
Okay. Can I knock on the door?
Okay.
Boom, boom.
So you knock on the door. You hear footsteps approaching. Door unlocks, opens up. You see a man with, just very plain looking, really. He's wearing priestly robes with his hair kind of pulled back, brown hair, and he says, "Yes, you're looking for shelter."
I need some help. My friend.
He kind
He
of
won't wake up.
when he says that, he's just like, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Come on, bring them inside."
Okay.
So you
I'll go inside.
You go inside, and they say like, where's this person? Where's this person? My healing is, I've been tapped all day today, but I'll do what I can.
Oh dear. I show them Nimrod's limp body. It's unresponsive. We were fighting some giants.
He's like, he looks at you with genuine, like, just bewilderment, like a parrot.
This is Nimrod.
There are human people dying outside. You want to...
Well, can you save him or not?
He's trying really, really hard to keep his composure. He looks like he's kind of furious, like the gall of somebody to ask to bring a bird back to life when literally like hundreds, maybe thousands of people have just died. And like people, like there's mothers trying to get their children back. There are, husbands looking for their wives. There are like all of this, and then there's this you with a parrot.
All I gotta say is he's lucky I don't have the rod on me. Could you imagine?
God. I'm just gonna kill this
Could you imagine?
says,
Can you
Yeah.
imagine what's going through his head after hearing that?
he
What's the wrong? Whoa, what's
We-
that?
it's just like,
I'll just
like-
explain. We were just fighting the giants. The boss giant exploded. This parrot. We were fighting together, but he died.
make a diplomacy
prepared.
check. Make a diplomacy check and make it good.
Oh dear.
Ooh. I see the die.
Oh, it
okay.
hasn't come up for me yet.
The minus
That's
one.
not
It's
terrible.
a 27. Yeah, that's not going to be high enough. I put this at a difficult DC, which is a 30. So
Yeah.
Ooh.
He looks at you, sees you, squinting, scratching yourself like you've been taking drugs or something.
Oh my god.
Sees you covered in viscera and blood,
And fish guts.
and fish guts.
And
And he
Yeti
says-
skins.
And it's just like, it says like, this is a house of worship of Arathis. It's like, do not bring your sinning behavior in here if you wish for help. If you need shelter, I will provide it. But do not attempt to take my time when so many other people out there really need my help. It's just like, ugh, and just kind of waves his hands at you and he walks away. He's just,
Oh dear. So is there anyone else in this room?
you've created quite a scene, and there are a lot of people at the pews in the church who've now kind of staring at you, wide-eyed, like they really don't know what to say. You look
What?
kind of crazy.
Let me check my inventory here.
His hair is all screwed up and he's like wide-eyed because he's like, oh fuck, they're not happy to help my parrot.
Where?
Yeah, it's an air of just general. That's what I said earlier. Bewilderment. It's just like, what?
What do these people look like? Are they
All-
injured or they're just?
Lots of them are injured. Yeah. Lots of them are injured. You see some with like cuts on their head or their arms. Some of them have like bandages
Okay.
wrapped around them. Some of them are perfectly fine, but are just in tears. And some of
Right.
them are not paying attention to you at all and are just simply on their knees, like praying as hard as they can. But those that are paying attention to you are just, taken aback and seem to be in just no words. They're just like, what the hell? Like, so
So, just before he leaves, I'll shout at him and show him, look, take these. And I show him all my potions of healing. Use these for these people. Just save my bird.
okay.
I have 8 potions of healing, 3 potions of vitality, 2 potions of fire resistance.
Well, fire
won't
resistance
help.
isn't gonna help, but he
And also,
Really good.
who's hungry here? I can have some food for them. What's the basket of provisions or whatever?
Oh yeah.
So as he's walking away, one of the patrons of the church notices all of these items you're starting to pull out. As he's not facing you and walking away, he kind of stands up from his seat and just kind of try to get a better look at what you're pulling out, and seems genuinely interested in it. And then he kind of looks at the priest. He's like, Father Beza, you might want to look at this. And the priest stops. He turns back, sees you holding just a bunch of bottles of stuff, and then he sees just behind you, there the little head of McQueehua kind of peek out from behind you. Make another make another diplomacy check. This time I'm going to give you an actual bonus to it.
Oh, I didn't know Makuiha. He didn't see Makuiha.
Not at first, no.
Sorry, Ken, you got up early to hear me try to rescue my bird.
Okay. He he starts walking back towards you slowly, and he looks at your potions. He looks at Makuihua, and he speaks in Supernal to Makuihua, and then you can overhear this.
Oh yeah.
He says like, "Is this man truly what he?" He says, "Oh no!" First he says, "Forgive me, noble creature. I did not know you. Do you speak? Do you speak for this man?" Mikuihua kind of rises up a little bit. Says, "Yes, his mind is slightly addled, but his heart is in the right place." Um, he says, "I see." And he thinks very carefully about what to say next. Looking at your potions once again and back at you, he says, "Sir, I would like to help you. I would, but the truth is that ever since that thing in the sky has appeared, my prayers have largely gone unanswered. We've been relying almost entirely on the alchemicals potions to heal the wounded here." And I'm sorry, let me turn my phone to manner mode.
The gods are communicating.
The messages are mysterious.
If it were in my power to aid you and help your parrot in exchange for all of these healing potions, I would gladly do so. But I can try, but I do not think it will work. If I try, would you consider exchanging some of these potions anyway? These people could really use them.
Yeah, of course.
Very well. Follow me then. And he leads you back towards the altar, and he says, he's thinking to himself, and then he just shakes it off. Like he's just like, you could see what goes through his mind, or at least some people can. It's just like, I can't believe I'm about to do this for a freaking parrot.
He's not getting paid enough for this.
It's just like, please lay the bird here. You see him light some incense and some candles, draw a few holy symbols around Nimrod, and then he begins sprinkling like holy water across Nimrod's body, and singing a verse from Arathas's, what do you call them? Hymns, one of the hymns of Arathas. And
Yes.
he starts to kind of chant.
Command me one.
Finally, the chanting stops, and he brings the last note of the hymn to a long drawn, like, Deus
Can I assist him at all or no?
You can if you like. Roll a religion check.
Okay. Is it a problem that this isn't my god?
I mean, it's better than nothing. I mean, your will might help towards resurrection.
Like I do have, what was that? Channel Divinity Ioun's Boys or whatever?
Ah, do you want to use that?
I don't know where it is. What does it say? Yeah, if I can, that'll help.
I forget what it does. Tell me what it does.
Let me see if I can find it here.
I'll race you. Race you. See if I can find it before you do.
No.
Channel divinity.
Oh, I got it.
Ah.
The target takes a +5 power bonus to will defense until the start of their next turn.
Defense.
I can boister my allies.
You want to bolster their defense?
That's what it says. No,
I don't think
I
that
guess
would
I
really
can't.
wouldn't really help much. I
Yeah.
don't think, not in this situation. I think just
Okay.
general reaching out toward the soul of Nimrod to try to come back. So it would just be general religion check.
Okay, here we go. With a -1, of course.
Yeah. That's higher than I thought it would be. -1, so 35. Okay, 35. Okay, so
Nimrod.
here's the thing. As
Is this guy
the
bluffing me?
as the priest is, chanting, nothing seems to be happening. There's no what you might call like visual effect, or like there's no wind blowing or things glowing or lighting up. That tends to be like a side effect of many of these like arcane rituals or divine rituals. Seems like almost every type of spell is accompanied by some sort of like upon activation there's some almost
Yeah.
like signal that something happened. None of that happened. Just completely deadpan through the entire thing. You do see, however, a slight spark from within the Sapphire of Iyun. Roll a d20. This
Roll a
is
D20.
this is a very low chance, but you never know. No way! No
What?
fucking way! Oh my god. No way!
It shows up when you least expect it to.
Hilarious.
You see, at first, okay, so the priest, he just kind of waits. He's waiting for the effect to happen, and he kind of slowly opens his eyes and he looks, and there's still this dead parrot just kind of laying there on the altar, and he just kind of
Only pining for the fjords.
Yes, he just kind of sets his hands and his fingers down on the edge of the altar, and he nods, and he kind of looks solemnly up at you, and he says, "It's as I said. My powers have not." And as soon as he's in mid-sentence, like there's this like flicker of blue light that appears in the chest of Nimrod. That slowly kind of spreads throughout his little tiny parrot body, and you see him kind of,
Okay.
and he kind of rights himself and like, just, it's like, that's the way we do it. This is how we do it. And Father Beza is like, she does hear. Praise be Arathis, he says to the entire like cathedral, and everybody's like standing up, and they actually start to like clap. They're like, yeah, for this resurrected parrot. As Nimrod kind of flaps like. As the bird flaps its wings and joins right back onto your shoulder.
Nimrod, I give a big hug to the priest. You did it, Father. I knew you could.
He went from like anger. He's been through an emotional roller coaster. He's been like anger, pissed off that you would even deign to request such a thing, to like being in a tight spot because he wants the potions, but he knows he can't do anything. to hopeful to ecstatic to bewildered, and he's just been like all over the place, and he's just like you hug him and he's just like still his eyes are elsewhere. He's just like, can't believe it worked. I can't believe that worked. You're like hugging him and he's just like, huh. And then he's like finally comes back into the room and he's just like, oh yes. It's like Erathis has power. Just believe in her. And he's like, he has no idea, Mike, about your Iron Stone.
Right.
And so yeah, Nimrod joins itself back on your shoulder, and Nimrod the parrot is now alive thanks to your nat 20.
Are thousands of people dead? Yes. Is your
Yes.
parrot alive? Yes.
I will say, you note that among the this small miracle, there is a slight uptick in the people's will within this church. It seems like you've uplifted the spirits and perhaps reignited a little bit of their faith in the gods through this tiny miracle. So
You gotta have faith, Father.
it's just like, definitely.
Miracle of the parrot.
He just does this like,
It's gonna be stained glass windows about this moment.
and he says, might I have your name, my child? Talking to you and
I'm Sturge. This is Nimrod.
Nimrod.
This is Maquiwa.
The Makuiha gives us a slow, solemn bow. And so it's like, Makuiha and Sturge and little Nimrod.
Yes.
I shall remember this day. It has been small victories come. He gets a little bit teary-eyed, as almost like he was starting to doubt his faith a little bit, and this has restored his faith a little bit. Okay, so let's move on to the next story. Jaez, I haven't gotten to talk to you yet. Uh-oh.
Yep.
Can you?
Oh, okay.
Oh, we got her.
We got her. So Jaez, what is Jaez doing?
I don't even know how to follow up with that. Jaez is just gonna take a trip to town just to get to O'Driscoll Manor via the rooftops.
Okay, via the rooftops. If you're going via the rooftops, make an acrobatics check instead of stealth, since it doesn't really matter if you're seen or not. You're probably out of range of most of those type of demons anyway. So go ahead and make an acrobatics check to see. 36, yeah. You're fairly skilled with doing this if you've done it, especially in this town. You're familiar with many of the rooftops, jumping from area to area as you performed your duties as a member of the Red Scales. So, without issue, you managed to approach O'Driscoll Manor. Since you're at that vantage point, I would also say that once you get within a certain radius, like you crest over one of the taller buildings that's kind of blocking your view, and as you jump across onto a ledge, climb up to the top of that roof where you can finally now see O'Driscoll Manor up on a hilltop, and you see smoke coming from, not chimney smoke, black smoke coming from the building.
He's going in.
Okay. So with haste, you...
Rod ablazing, mind you.
Rod ablazing. You
I
go...
love it.
You start heading even faster towards the manor. As you approach, you head up through the the various fields of the vineyard fields of the thistle grapes, and sure enough, it looks like one part of the manor, the part of the manor closest to the sea, seems to have some smoke coming out of the windows. Part of the manor is untouched, but part of it seems to be on fire. You also see you find outside of the manor a number of dead demons. Looks like to be 3 of those little like acidic demons just
Mhm.
that have been killed and are laying on the path going up to the front door. Um, the front door is open, and what do you do? Or I should. Is the double doors? One of the doors is open. Hang on, just a second. I'm going to whisk everybody away to another map. Technically, I put all of you guys on this map, but those of you who are not there cannot see everything just yet. So let's see. Fair warning, if this causes your game to lag, go into settings and turn off animations, and that might help. So here we go.
I still cannot believe that much.
Oh, I see.
Okay, is everybody there?
Yes.
Yeah.
We were on the outside of this before. I don't know if we've seen the inside.
You
on it.
have
We
not.
have not.
You have not.
Ooh. Because I recognize the exterior, but.
Yeah. Hang on just a second as I switch up the music. It's this one I want.
I see the map. I still don't have you guys on camera.
Yeah, me either.
anymore.
I'm missing. Well, I have most people on camera, just not everybody. I don't know what's going on with that, but
Maybe I'll check.
I have
the camera
everybody but
settings.
There's never a night with no technical difficulties.
of course.
But I could see Paul's role, so he's just a ghost.
Right. Okay. So, Jaez, you come up to the front of the manor, and like I said, one of the doors is open. What do you do?
This time he's going to employ his stealth to try to. He's gonna go on the outside of the door that's closed and listen in before going inside stealthily.
Okay. So make both checks. Make a perception check followed by a stealth check.
Mm-hmm. Oop, that's not what I want. Where's that? Oh, there it is.
Stealth looks good. Right now, let me think. The only sounds you can make out at the moment is the sound of crackling fire from whatever fire is apparently happening within the manor. Other than that, you don't make out any sounds of like battle or like shouts or growls or anything like that.
Alrighty. If there's smoke, can he like just visually see smoke like coming out of the doors, or was it just that one area of the manor that
It
he saw
appears
from outside?
if you zoom out, I can kind of ping the area where the smoke is coming
okay.
from. So
Give me
it's
a second.
and I will also tell you what this room is since you know the manor inside and out.
There it is.
So
Okay.
do you see my ping?
I did.
Okay. So this is the dining room / like grand like ballroom, I guess you would call it. If you not really a ballroom, but yeah, like public gathering. It's got a huge dining
Yeah.
table and a big open space for like soirees and stuff. But that's the room.
That's where the thing happened.
It is where the assassination attempt happened. If it matters, yeah.
Alrighty, going in. Not to that area, but see if he can make his way up. Where Jaez would know where this like safe rooms would be in the manor, wouldn't he?
Okay. Allow me to kind of describe the manor itself. Yeah, since you know the manor very well, so you know all the entrances and exits. The public entrances and exits, there are 2 from the outside and 3 from the inner courtyard. So there's an inner courtyard in the center of all of the main buildings that has a little fountain in it, as well as some little like drying racks where they dry other herbs and things that get mixed in with wine. And yeah, so within the once you go in, like if you went to your right, there's a gate that goes into the courtyard. There's that way, and from the courtyard there's 3 entrances. One which goes into the main dining area, another that goes into like a subsection of the library, and if you're entering from the outside, as in not from the courtyard, there's this front door here, and also there is a smaller back entrance around the old wing of the house if you went all the way to the right. So if you went all the way around the right side of the house, you'd eventually come to a small door on the back side of the lower right wing.
Okay.
The other secret entrances and whatnot those are underground, which you don't have direct access to from this point. If you went back down the hill, there is a hidden access point within like a fake set of like grapevines. Underneath of that, there's a very narrow entrance into the underground tunnels, which comes out into the underground area of the manor, which you know as well.
But in the manor, there's no like safe rooms or like hidden like rooms or anything. Like that.
Okay.
Used for, like in case something
like a panic room kind of thing.
Panic room. There we go.
Okay, I wasn't quite sure what you meant. I thought you meant like safe, as in like hasn't been touched yet. I was just like, well, you wouldn't know that.
No.
Okay. In the underground, yeah.
In the underground.
All of the stuff above ground is fairly public. Some of the rooms are kept locked, but it's not really a safe room because they can still be broken into. The underground stuff is really where the underground stuff happens, literally.
Okay. Yes. Jaez is racking his brain to think like, okay, the attacks happened from where we were. It could have been happening all around the island, but maybe everybody had a chance to get down from the first floor, the second floors, and all that. I'm gonna go check just to be sure.
Okay, so
make sure nobody's upstairs.
Okay, all right. So you go ahead and move. You can move your character, and we might want to cut this off soon. Like once you're, depending on what you do, just because there's still some things I'm not satisfied with my mapping, and I kind of want a little bit more time to finish them. But if you'll allow it, otherwise I can explain what's up there. But yeah, you can totally move your character around the first floor, no problem. The first floor is completely finished. So move as you see fit.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a nice house. Wow, look at that! Look at all this fancy stuff. Wow, there are stairs somewhere. They exist.
I love how we just we totally split the party immediately after the battle.
Sorry, we split a lot.
We're splitting the fucking party. Whatever.
Like excessive.
Are the stairs to the right or to the left? I don't know. The center? Where am I going? There's a lot of shadows. Shoop.
Nope. There's some stairs. There's the second floors. There's actually not one contiguous second floor. There are 3 second floors. So like there's three
second floors.
Yeah, there's 3 staircases that each lead to 3 separate, how can I put it, rooms. So like you can't go from one part of the second floor to another part of the second floor. You'd have to go downstairs, across, and then back up. So yeah, you just went through the library.
Love that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And by the way, any of these doors, if you click on them,
should be stealthing. What am I doing?
I'm considering you to be stealthed with a 37 as you move around.
All right. Oh, the library, because O'Driscoll likes to be in the library.
Man of taste.
Opening doors. That goes out there.
So that's
Opening another door.
Yeah.
That also goes out there.
yeah, that's the courtyard.
Sorry, Kenya as the player is just like, where these doors
Yeah,
go? Jaez is just like,
feel free to explore. Yeah, feel free to explore. That's part of the fun of this map, I think.
going in here. Okay, there's no body. Okay, neat. Oh Jesus, I shut myself in. Okay. Okay. I thought that was a body. Oh Jesus. Okay, now we're good. Computer, please stop it.
Is it if it's causing you issues, it might be some animations. As soon as you get around
No, it's fine.
As soon as you get to that point around the corner, you look down the hall.
Who the fuck is that?
You look down the hall and you see this Marilith, which you interrogate. One of the types of creatures you interrogated before, the kind that have 6 arms and 6 swords. So you see this Marilith start slithering towards you, but you notice that it's like its neck all the way down into its chest area is just got and also one of its arms, there's just these black veins. Like its veins are like, it seems like its whole arm is withering and it's like slithering towards you menacingly, and it's like and then it just collapses in front of you, apparently dead. And you see, yeah.
Does the technique or anything, like if it's a withered arm and whatnot, look kind of familiar? Like, I think I know who did that.
Yeah, it's definitely some sort of poison that you only recently learned about.
Ooh, I wonder if it's Senpai Saturn.
Make a perception check. Actually, I don't know. What can you see from your vantage point right there?
Kenya sees collapsed Marilith, this open door over here that looks fancy.
Can you see beyond
two pillow bed? Oh, let me go over there. Yeah. Oh, there's some carnage in here. There's some shadows or smoke happening over there. There's dead or bloodied thing. This is bloody. That looks gross. There's blood.
So you get
Oh, what is that? That's a soul drinker. He's bloodied.
You see down the hallway now, as you're looking down, the Marilith just collapsed in front of you. It saw you just briefly, but then it almost died right then and there. Its arm, like poison, coursing up its veins and into its neck and head, and it just collapsed right there on the spot. Just beyond it, you see a body on the floor with what looks to be a sword just jammed into the back of its neck. And there's one of those like littler demons, the acid demons, that seems to be feeding on it. But you recognize the armor, and it looks like it's Saturn.
God damn it! I'm shooting the thing, running down.
Okay, we're gonna stop there. We're gonna stop there, and before we get into like a full-on combat, you go running in. You're like, weapon drawn, and
I'm
that's
like shooting. I'm shooting it with the phasing crossbow before I get it.
And
before
that's
you do that. Before you do that, Jaez.
Rod. Roll for Rod.
Yep, I have to roll for Rod. I roll. What do I roll? One d20.
Let's see. At level 3,
I'm level 2.
Oh, you're right. You're level 2.
It's a 5%.
5% chance. So just roll a d20, and if it's a 1, that's the equivalent of 5%. So okay. So you're not forced to use the rod, but you could if you wanted to. Just saying.
It's always an option.
It's always an option. Rod o'clock is always an option. But yeah, but Jaez like sees this Marilith collapse in front of him. Then he looks past the Marilith, sees the dead body of Saturn.
I don't know that he's dead.
Well, I mean, you see this Kazarith demon literally like eating Saturn's face. Like it's like
he could make it.
It's eating the skin off of his face, and Saturn has a huge sword stabbed into the back of his neck. And you notice that this Marilith is missing one of its swords, so it's very clear the Marilith has like slain Saturn. So your mentor, who taught you a lot of your skills, has just been slain. However, it looks like he managed to take down a lot of these demons in the process. As you saw the carnage outside front, this Merilith is now dead, but perhaps he was just overwhelmed. But anyway, you were like, ugh! Anger strikes you. You rush in, weapons drawn, and that's what we'll pick up next time. Okay.
All right.
So
That is pretty intense.
That is pretty intense.
Hurrah.
I am worried about one old man.
Okay, so hope everybody out there watching enjoyed today's episode. I know we've been off for a while. We've been I've been busy. We've been leveling up and doing stuff. So sorry about that. But yeah, I'll be uploading more videos from previous sessions more often. Stop being lazy about it and just do it. So if you like it, watch us whenever you can. Subscribing is always appreciated, or watch us live if you can. I know it's late for a lot of people in the States, but yeah.
Or early.
Or early. So anyway, see y'all next time. Bye.
Night. Oh man, it's a wild one.